Hi, I'm Daniel Peck, and welcome to Live at the Bop Stop. Luca Ciarla redraws the borders of jazz violin in his solo performance entitled Jazz Violin 2.0. Using loops, pedals, and electronics, his unique arrangements of jazz standards delight and surprise audiences, and we think you'll find this week's performance as delightful as we did. From a September 22, 2022 appearance, courtesy of the Italian Cultural Institute of Chicago, it's Luca Ciarla, live at the Bop Stop.
Well, good evening to all of you. Such a pleasure to play for you. I have to admit, I'm spoiled. I haven't done this for a while. But, you know, at the end, there is no really difference. That's the truth, you know. And you're very precious, and I really appreciate you for coming and listening to me tonight. Well, the whole thing started a few years ago. You know, a friend of mine called Marco, guitar player. You know, guitarists are usually much better with electronics, you know, compared to violin players, which are usually more, you know, on the conservative side. Let's say that. I don't know. There are some violin players in the room. No? Maybe there. I don't see you well. And, well, Marco came with this evil machine here, a looper, you know, and I never had it before, and I knew what it was, but but I never tried. And I asked Marco, may I have it for a few days? I just want to see how it sounds with the violin. Let's see what I could do with that. I never gave it back. I basically stole it from him. Eventually I paid for, and I fell in love. I started to rearrange my works, like Bella Ciao, or some arrangement of famous songs, songs that I loved, like just the one I played, Bella Ciao. I don't know if you heard about it. It was sang by the Partigiani, not the Parmigiani. That's another thing. It was sung by the partisans, during the Second World War. And they were hiding in the Apennini or the Alps, and fighting for freedom. And they were singing this beautiful song, Bella Ciao. And it's fun to see that it has become some sort of a hymn to freedom all over the world. I was in Turkey last year, and when I started to play Bella Ciao, people just started screaming, because for them freedom at the moment is not really an issue, an easy issue. And so, but I also I started to write for violin and loop, like the first two pieces you heard, which are very much related to the sea, my sea actually, Mediterranean. I was born in a small town called Termoli on the Adriatic coast. And yeah, you can also see that first. You can hear and watch the first piece, Maredifollia, on internet, on YouTube, and I've recorded a video on the Tremiti Islands, beautiful, beautiful islands very close to my own town. Anyway, let's try to do one piece together. I wanted to show you how basically I've been working with the loop and other things. So why don't we start from choosing three notes that you want to hear, and I'll make up a piece with your notes. I hope it's going to be good. Sometimes good, sometimes not really good. We'll see. You'll decide. But I have fun both ways, usually. And so let's pick three notes. From with accidents as well, sharps and flats. Say again? Sing again.
The song from Exodus.
Exodus. Those are a lot of notes. A, B flat, F. Okay, that's good. That's what you're singing?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know this song. And then how it goes, you teach me tonight.
There's more live at the Bop Stop right after this.
Have you ever wanted to sit down with musicians and pick their brains? Ask questions like, how did you get your start? What keeps you motivated to create and play? What do you do outside of music that inspires you? Or what advice do you have for aspiring musicians? If you want the answers to those questions from a plethora of musicians and other creatives, listen to the podcast Extra Musical, hosted by me, Stephen Philip Harvey. Every Monday, we sit down with a new musician to ask them these questions in an open-ended conversation, and you'd be surprised where it leads. Extra Musical airs on your preferred podcast provider.
You're listening to Luca Ciarla, live at the Bop Stop.
Yeah, sometimes when I know what I'm gonna play, I you do some kind of programming, you can, so your fading can be more easier to do. Anyway, yeah, this is what I do. So this machine, I call it some kind of musical mirror. You are recording yourself all the time, so it's easy. It's nice to practice as well with a looper. Okay, let's keep going with other things. that was my favorite things. I mean, because my favorite thing is actually my favorite things. One of my favorite pieces, standards. Well, we're getting to the end, and I wanted to play for you a piece from my own little town called Termoli. And every 19th of January, we create bands, you know, with traditional instruments and percussive and accordion, you know, and we go around town playing this song to Sant Antonio, Saint Anthony, you know, and basically it's like a trick, you know, like for you trick or treat, like we knock the doors and start playing, and you know, we ask for food, wine, or money. Mostly wine, I have to say. It's like here, you know, the more you drink wine, the more educated people will be, right? Is that right? I love this. This is such a wonderful way to put it, that. And I have a picture. I was 10 years old, dressed like a shepherd. I have no idea why I was dressed like a shepherd, because we are fishing, you know, village, but just by the sea. But you know, we dressed like shepherd, and we were going around, and I was very small with these big guys playing percussions and accordion, and that's how I fell in love with the instrument, I guess. And by the way, this is not really a violin. It's called quinton. I got it in France. Has 5 strings, which that's not that rare lately, but actually they're tuned like a violin, you know. So E, A, D, G, and C, but it has the strings of a viola, so it's a hybrid. Yeah, so that's why you get this lower range that I was looking for. So I found it in France, and so this chant is beautiful. It's Sant Antonio, and I wanted to play for you.
ci conforta, fate a noi la carità. Io dall'Egitto vengo a bussare alle vostre porte, se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a noi la carità. Sant'Anzone le mani per i tiri degli animali, per i dici le pecorelle,
dall'Egitto vengo, vengo a bussare alle vostre porte. Se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a lui la carità. Io dall'Egitto vengo, vengo a bussare alle vostre porte. Se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a noi la carità. Io dall'Egitto vengo, vengo a bussare alle vostre porte. Se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a lui la carità. Io dall'Egitto vengo, vengo a bussare alle vostre porte. Se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a noi la carità. Io dall'Egitto vengo, vengo a bussare alle vostre porte. Se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a noi la carità. Io dall'Egitto vengo, vengo a bussare alle vostre porte. Se c'è qualcuno che ci conforta, fate a noi la carità.
Well, there was Sant'Antonio, which I've called Antonimo. Yeah, this one you don't find it yet on Spotify or my CDs, but you'll find most of the things I've done. And also, I brought two CDs, one solo, like this project, called Fiddler in the Loop. I made it a few years ago with a couple of guests, and more than that, yeah. And another one with a mic quartet. It's violin, accordion, double bass, and percussions. You know, and as you can, easily guess, I grew up a classical trained musician, but I've been playing folk and jazz since I was a kid. So, my music is never, pending on one of them. It's always, I believe, maybe all of the three together. Anyway, we got to the end, and I wanted to play for you a piece that I always didn't want to play because I loved it too much. Sometimes it's like that. It's Minor Swing by Gorenith, and I don't know if you know this tune. And it's more or less the the Bible of gypsy jazz, you know, from France. And it was played by John Gorenith with Stephen Grappelli, an incredible violin player that actually I had the fortune to meet many years ago in Paris. And yeah, this is, it's such a perfect piece by itself. And gypsy jazz is such a cool, you know, genre in music that I always wanted to, didn't know how to deal with it because I have always to destroy and rebuild things. That's the way I am. But you know, it happened. It happened, and this is my version of minor swing. Okay, and this is going to be my last piece unless you all ask for more.
Live at the Bop Stop is made possible by the Music Settlement, serving Northeast Ohio by offering music instruction, music therapy, and early childhood education since 1912. The Music Settlement's mission is to welcome all to our music and arts community to learn, create, inspire, and heal. This program is recorded at the Robert Conrad Studios at the Bop Stop in Cleveland, Ohio, and the studios of KUNV in Las Vegas, Nevada. Additional production at the Bop Stop is provided by Graham Rosen. Editing for WOBC, WNPA, and the Public Radio Exchange is provided by Dr. Pete Nagley, and for our podcast and other radio affiliates by Sean Gilbert at Gilazar Media. The executive producer is Daniel Peck, with additional consulting production by Brian Kennard and Gabe Pollock on behalf of the Music Settlement. For extended versions of all of our shows, our Live at the Bop Stop podcast can be found on your favorite podcast app or visit our website at www.themusicsettlement.org and click on the Bop Stop link. To reach out directly, email us at liveatthebopstop@gmail.com. I'm Daniel Peck. Join me again next time, live at the Bop Stop.